Oh yeah, I guess you can in AP, but unless you're like last pick or something.
Holy crap, these teams are coming out of their fountain quickly. But they're in a hurry to get this early game over. Those TPs felt like they came out faster than normal.
Mm-hmm.
We have VG.Storm putting down 2 wards. So one of them blocks the camp. This one, the right ward for VG.Storm in the right side of the dire jungle, is a little bit curious to me. I wonder what it's attempting to spot out. My guess is that they want to see if there's any movement coming from the enemy supports, but an interesting. See if that actually ends up seeing anyone.
Yeah, so it does look like the lane matchups we expected. Sumail is going to take towards the mid on a Nyx Assassin, and we'll have the aggressively postured Jakiro off lane. Fleet in a great position to pop this smoke. Should do so momentarily, unless be able to make it just out of range, and they are. Towards this bounty rune. Crit. That hasn't skilled the charge just yet, but will now. Chilling Touch is there. They'll get right in the face of Snaking. They get the slow off with the Chilling Touch. Well, they'll force him to skill Surge, and he will drop. That is a big detriment to the laning stage for the Darkseer, as Universe picks up the bounty rune. It'll be a 3-for-1 bounty rune trade for the Evil Geniuses side, and the first blood netted by that trio.
The massive detriment, right? He has to start with Surge now, and maybe it's not necessary. I mean, now that he has Surge, if EG do a good job of zoning out the Darkseer, there's nothing that's due to manage this lane. The one thing VG.Storm have going for them is that they're gonna win this mid lane by default, right? Just the ledge. So, I mean, EG, they decide to go with this aggro dual lane.
Flea gonna be scouted as well here by the ward. Well aware of his presence in this bottom lane. For the time being, it is kind of the 1v1. Lifestealer's got a pretty good matchup against Lone Druid, as the Feast scales nicely against the raw health of that bear. But it seems like Stan King has made his way over to the top lane now to try and help out his Lifestealer. A small early advantage in the mid lane, 4-7-4-7, although Sumail, though, lasting very well.
And Sumail should be more than okay in this lane now that Stanking is within it. And maybe Stanking decided that it's more important to shut down this Lone Druid than the Nyx. He rotated top. The biggest problem for VG.Storm right now is that this Darkseer is still level 1, but it looks like he'll hit level 2 soon with a big creep wave coming from the tower. And that should give VG.Storm winning.
Oh, Universe rolling in. Flea's already used his Rolling Boulder. They get the charge off. Dual Breath is there as well. And the Liquid Fire connects. He's going to be surged up. And will tick low, but not down. As you mentioned, the Ion Shell now secured by Snaking. It'll get a lot easier in this lane going forward. Arteezy taking some punishment top. Looks like that'll be all she wrote for now. Is he missing a bear? Has a summon. For now. He sent his bear to do the bounty rune relay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think the bear died just because the it doesn't look like the Lifestealer has plus 300 gold. Looks like Sumail is winning the 1v1 matchup mid. See, there's a charge coming out, and there's a mana burn on Sumail, so he can cancel this.
There is a leap. Oh, and he gets the bash, but Sumail just not there. Time. It will be more than a nuisance here. Nothing being ferried out just yet for 747, so he is a bit susceptible. Another rotation in this lane, and crit up on the high ground. Daytime, they should have vision. Here comes the charge down. Mana burn is there, and that'll be the kill. Perhaps a bit of oversight from 747 sticking around in that lane, and he'll be punished.
That was a good move by Crit as well. Maybe just a little bit greedy from 747. I mean, you never really want to get knocked out of the lane, and that was probably part of his decision-making staying in the lane. And Crit actually made a wise decision of leaving bottom, because now that this Darkseer is level 3, there's really not much that he and Jakiro can do together to kill this Darkseer. So Crit manages to net a kill in the mid lane, which is great for him. moves up to the top lane.
And they've done a decent amount to this Darkseer early on. I mean, Universe has 9 denies on the Jakiro, so they got more than you would expect them to get on paper against the DS in lane, and obviously mostly by virtue of him losing that first blood and skilling up the Surge. Charge going in mid lane once again. Sumail pretty low in as far as the mana department goes, so unlikely that they net a kill here without some very fortunate bashes or maybe a spike carapace.
Multiple things to look at.
Crit coming in mid, needs a bash, will not get it. Mana burn is there, and he'll get the bash on the second hit. 17%, paying dividends for EG. Not sure what happened top, but
RTZ got knocked out of the lane, which is a little bit interesting. I mean, good job for VGJ for doing that. I mean, I think RTZ just feels threatened just because the Lich and the Earth Spirit are missing at the moment, so...
Yeah, he did opt for the Savage Roar level 2, so that is not all that common. So definitely speaks to your point that he feels a little bit threatened. Like Carapace going to come out mid,
bottom lane.
Sumail safe for now. Meanwhile, jumping forward, crit again on it with a double damage rune active on a killing spree here. Put down a ward to ensure that he should be able to retreat without eating an arrow. Doesn't have the empowering haste though, and now the roll through. Oh, the charge just in the nick of time. Boulder smash does connect, and they are aware that it has. Crit has a TP. He's going to go for it, and he's going to make it.
Some big outplays from Crit happening here. I mean, every team seems to ban the Spirit Breaker first against Evil Geniuses, and I'm starting to see why. I mean, Crit's getting so much done on this Spirit Breaker. But it also seems like his team is playing around this Blizzard cards really well as well, right? Like, Sumail's done a good job keeping 747 quite low in this mid lane. I mean, things aren't over for VGJ.Storm. The early game is still in progress, and Ritsu's doing well enough in the top lane that I imagine if VGJ.Storm decide to make a movement in the next couple of minutes, they'll be more than successful as long as they find the right opening.
Yeah, especially when you consider relative to RTZ, who, as you mentioned, not had easiest time up top here, and the CS is certainly indicative of that start.
An initiation happening on Universe bottom.
Mid lane as well, charge through Stand King onto 747. Crit will back away though from tower damage, and to bottom lane, as you mentioned, double Ion Shell up on the Jakiro, and doesn't have any spells to cast, so we'll just do a little bit of a chase around and end up taking a spill. Looks like maybe they shrined here. Be a regen rune for Sumail.
Bit of a weird matchup for Universe, because if he gets caught out of position, Jakiro doesn't have any escape mechanism. A nice kill for VGJ.Storm there. Sort of stops the bleeding on their team, I suppose, because they are down 3 kills at the moment. I think the real stories of this game so far is just the lead that Sumail has on 747 in the mid. I mean, this isn't an easy lane for bottom just because bottom doesn't really have any mechanics. Up top.
They're going to look to go in on Ritsu. He's going to eat into the bear, but the bear a little bit too tanky, even without a stout shield. Recovers some health with the open wounds. Going to make it back. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Crit. Just soaking some experience. Has his tranquil boots here, so can traverse the map pretty quickly, even when not using the charge. Meanwhile, mid lane, reflecting the Frost Blast is Sumail. Starstorm going to fly out from 747, keeping that bay.
Yeah, Marana doesn't really have any mechanics that help her deal with the Nexus aspect.
Snaking
happening.
out of mana bottom. Give him an Ion Shell as well. And Sumail could be in trouble here. They get the silence off. Nicely played by Flea. He gets the Carapace though. And the Vendetta. Arrow, just short from 747 to kill him off. Looks for the Ion Shell, not going to get it. Shrine preemptively popped by Fear. In the meantime, bottom lane, we did see Crit, and I mentioned that Snake King was out of mana, so we did see Crit kind of stalking behind the tower there. And with a charge, Macro Pyre and the Breathe Fire, they get the kill. Meanwhile, mid lane, they get 747 with Fear joining up with his mid laner. I suppose I was a Vendetta into a Cold Feet. Pale into Cold Feet with a couple of chilling touch right clicks.
Very nice exchanges for EG in the last minute. I mean, Jakiro's also in his element right now, sieging the bottom tower, which is almost about to fall. And unfortunately for VGJ, they had a nice gank.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Once again. But that's alright. Early game definitely going swimmingly here for Evil Geniuses. Take a look at the net worth overall, and they've accrued a 4K lead. He's going to reflect the Starstorm mid, does Sumail. He has an Impale in just a second. He's got a Vendetta Strike as well. Is he going to use it? He does not. There was the Ice Armor there. It would have been close, and now he uses it, baiting in 747. Sumail with the patience there. Or perhaps not even realizing he had it to begin with, but then executing the kill. Got killed, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, got killed, I should say. Bash coming out on Snake King bottom. Macropyre is going to be there as well. The roll forward from Flea. He has got an Ion Shell, and the surge back onto Snake King will keep him alive. Nope, not long enough. And they'll end up trading 1-for-1 bottom lane, and they force in the Stand King rotation. Now, Fear is nearby. Universe pretty much out of mana, though. But going to continue to Liquid Fire away on this tower as Sumail beats into the mid lane tower. So everything coming up EG in this early game. Top lane Ritsu rooted up and is forced to rage here. This could leave him susceptible to the impending crit charge. And Arteezy trying to burst him down here. Does have the resummon in a second. Ritsu, no rage available. Will Arteezy chase forward? He does. Couple of right clicks. Surge is going to be there though. And Open Wounds comes in there into the vacuum. Arteezy going to be brought down. Crit in trouble too. Snake King's rotation. Wow.
You're no peer of the seer.
A big rotation from the Snake King Darkseer into the top lane. And EG will lose a couple of heroes here. In the meantime though, with Snake King missing, they do get to tier 1 bottom. So not all negative outcomes for EG. Silence up onto Mail, and he does end up getting off the Spike Carapace once again. Flea, though, this time has the Dust, and the arrow and the Boulder Smash will connect. Now the charge through 3 from Crit. They're going to get off the Dual Breath as well. Fear coming through with the Chilling Touch. Cold Feet is there. The Bash will finish off the Lich. Now the Nether Strike coming through. Flea will drop as well. Fear a little bit deep here. 747 has an arrow available. Charge, though, going to come through. One more right click is going to be there for Crit. Crit may end up falling for this, but well worth it even if he does. Does not have the empowering haste. Going to turn for the Bash, try and get it. Now he's into the trees. Will stick up. Looking for the juke. Cold Feet proc will be there, and Crit will charge away. EG as Liquid Fire takes out the tier 1 as well for Universe.
And just like in game 1, EG did take a commanding lead in the early game, and this is actually exactly what Lone Druid as a hero needs. He needs his team to be up ahead so that he can do his job farming and taking towers. But as I say that, looks like VG.Storm, they're starting to group up in this top lane. I don't know if Arteezy has a ward or if he sees this coming.
Does not get the Savage Roar off in time. He will get it off onto the back line, but now Flea rolling through, gets the signs off. Boulder Smash is there. Infest will finish off our tour. Sumail will get the Courier and makes a retreat. A hasty one at that. Dire Vision does not see any of these heroes, and Radiant Vision similarly has nothing on the enemy, but they do get the Arteezy Lone Druid.
Yeah, very quick and effective rotation for VG.Storm, managed to net them a kill on the Lone Druid, and actually Arteezy is relatively behind the other cores in the game, so...
He's actually opted for a Mask of Madness here to try and catch up. Ice Path, Macropyre, Nether Strike, gonna catch Snake King. A lot of damage, and they charge through the back line as well. Nicely played by Crit. Vacuum will be there onto Crit, and they will find the return kill. But again, big commitment in this top lane right now for VGJ. They'll end up trading Crit. Bottom, Fear, Whelp. He's an ancient apparition here. And he will end up dropping. Not sure if Fear realized the actual hero was there. But yes, like I was saying, Arteezy has opted for the Mask of Madness to try and claw his way back into this game.
I think it's just the right item on that hero now. Mask of Madness is always that item you can rely on to give you some extra...
Ooh, Dust Pop by Flea, but it's just out of range. It may have given them a false positive here on Sumail, but he misses the Impale. Hardest skill to hit in the game. And will not be able to kill off the Air Spirit. Now he's in trouble as Spike Carapace is down, taking some big right clicks from the Lifestealer. Coming through with the leap into the arrow and the Starstorm. Rioya will finish off Sumail. Oh, Ice Blast. just shy of killing off Flea, as he'll be able to shrine up.
Got Ritsu hunting for a kill on the pit wall. He's got an Ion Shell and Frost Armor on him. These past couple of exchanges have been good for VGJ. It doesn't quite give them the net worth lead, but it sort of closes the gap a bit. And I think the thing that EG have to focus on right now is getting RTZ to the point where he can actually participate in these fights effectively. He's a little bit behind, not super behind. I mean, he spent the last couple of minutes during those engagements farming, so he's catching himself back right up. And Universe and Nyx astoundingly in the...
Smoke pop by Sumail. They don't have detection just yet. Stan King will now get it off, and they get the boulder smash, but another strike flying through. Vacuum is there. Ice Blast flying from far. Hits onto 2 from Fear. Now the charge through. They're going to find Flea. Even Arteezy is joining this one. Sumail still alive, but does end up dropping. Now snaking around. They get the Yule Scepter up onto him. Macropyre Ice Path will connect onto 2. They get the Savage Roar off as well. Snaking in a lot of trouble. He's going to drop to the last right click of Arteezy. Ritsu out by his lonesome now. Shrine is down. And they'll try to chase forward for this Lifestealer. Crit gonna find him, gets the charge off here. Respawn timers are relatively low, but 747 has no mana to get into this fight on the Mirana, and they will finish off the Lifestealer on the backlines. It's a double kill for Arteezy, who a moment ago was relatively far behind the other cores in the game, and now is pretty much at parity with the Lifestealer and even ahead of the 747 Mirana.
Yeah, it was a really good exchange for EG, and it really felt like EG were ready to take that fight. They had all 5 heroes show up for that fight at some point, and VG.Storm, they didn't feel like they had the correct response, and they got caught sort of in an odd position, and then Ritsu decided to finish the bear, so his rage was down for the escape. Overall, EG continued to press their lead.
Yeah, they
held himself back into the game.
Maybe felt they could fight around the shrine there, but didn't have the presence of the Mirana, so that's a lot of their damage missing, and certainly reared its ugly head for VGJ.Storm side. And as you mentioned, a little bit of a lead generated here by the EG side. 4K in the way of net worth. Take a look at experience. It's pretty much even, but VGJ.Storm with a very slight lead.
Bit of a smoke play coming up.
Has a role available. He's going to be infested up. Universe, not an easy target to kill, as he does have the Yules. Ice Blast will connect onto 2. Flea absolutely melts, and the bear getting low here, but the Nether Strike going to keep Ritsu off of it. Savage Roar stops him as well, and he'll be brought down. Snaking in trouble. Chilling Touch right click is going to be there from Fear. Arteezy not able to bring down Stan King, and once again, 747 not present, but they're stalking him. They're going to catch him with the charge. Stumail comes through as well. He gets the impale off. Mana Burn is there. Ice Path keeps him in place, and a mega kill for Universe. We talked about this Jakiro being one of the tankier heroes on the map in this one, and having the Yule Scepter there allows him to survive. The silence from Flea has been enough, mostly in this early game, to net them kills, but up against the Yule Scepter, the Jakiro, they are punished.
I mean, Universe is making Jakiro look like a super fast-paced hero right now. I mean, he's been in every fight. He's been super effective in every fight, and I think on that initiation for VG.Storm, it was almost like he was anticipating it, standing in that really odd position.
Snaking's been spotted top lane, and Sumail waiting for the charge, gets the mana burn off. He'll wait for the charge patiently. Ice Blast will finish off the Darkseer.
And this feels like the EG that we're used to seeing. They've had a couple of shaky series in the past couple of days, but they look extremely strong coming into game 2. 6K net worth lead at 18 minutes.
Arteezy finished up the Maelstrom and has propelled his way to the top of the net worth chart as his team, like you said, as is the intention, creating space for him in this early game. And EG with the Nyx, Jakiro, Spirit Breaker trio have just been pressing the advantage against the VGJ.Storm side ever since minute 0 with the first blood.
This Lone Druid is going to be a huge issue for VG.Storm because they don't exactly have the right tools to deal with him. Usually when you want to kill a Lone Druid, you have to be able to jump him with at least multiple heroes that can do enough damage to kill him. But this game, it's really only the Lifestealer plus Earth Spirit and Potion in the mid lane.
Yeah, Ice Blast gonna fly. And bringing fear right into the fray there from EG is going to net them the Lifestealer kill. Now Crit pressing forward for more. Finds another strike, but gets silenced up by Flea. Boulder Smash comes through as well. Spike Carapace is going to be there from Sumail, trying to stun up Flea. He won't be able to do so. And no detection around for EG side. Sentry is going to allow them to remove this vision. So for now, EG able to find more. But still, Arteezy continues to farm away. Sumail's off the... Or, Ritsu, excuse me, is off the map. VGJ.Storm, though, they do have the Diffusal coming out for 747, and we have not really yet seen his team fight potential.
Here, Arteezy much better throughout this game of looking for pick offs. I think last game, I have a fight here.
Yeah, roll forward. Arteezy, though, well positioned. Afraid of that. Walking uphill there, and wisely so. He will back out with his bear in front. Top lane. Go on.
Unlike last game, I think EG are a little bit less afraid of VG.Storm just because there's no Earthshaker. Like, the teamfight potential for Chi is a lot weaker than his last game.
You're talking about EG, looking like the EG of old. Sharp movement from them. They do get the leap out on the Mirana, now chasing forward. Has the empowering haste, needs a bash, and will get it. First hit, Crit, presses the bash button here. Right clicks from Arteezy come through. Maelstrom proc will be there. Now looking to re-engage is Flea, but maybe he's overthought this, and he will get impaled up and brought down. Crit still surviving. Ritsu, he's out, and Rage will expire. Rooted up, brought down. Crit even still surviving for EG. The moment Universe and Crit net TP's top lane, they TP down and go for 747. Now the Ice Path is going to be there onto the Snake King Darkseer. Macropyre as well. Arteezy from the wayward side throwing through some right clicks. It'll be enough with the mana burn from Sumail. And what a movement from EG. As soon as they see TPs into the top lane, Crit TPs to the shrine, immediately charges up 747, and they are able to follow it up for the kill.
Arteezy completes the Dragonlance. Sumail's got a little bit of a strange mismatch of items in his but working on that mantra. It just feels like EG aren't scared of VG.Storm at all. I mean, the only combination that VG.Storm have in teamfights is like a vacuum into...
No, they connect the roll. Spike Carapace will come out, however, and the Ice Path is going to get the, or at least keep the backlines out. Flea in trouble, gets bashed up, or charged, I should say, and he will be brought down. Sumail hits a one-man impale, trying to run away. The Ice Blast coming through, and it will at least hit the chilling effect on a few different heroes. Dual Breath going to come through as well, and it's doing a lot of damage. They will get the Nether Strike off onto Ritsu, finish him off here. 747 leaps up to the high ground. GG is called here. 21 minutes into the game, and EG looking in mid-season form in Game 2 here.
As I tried to say, like, twice in a row. So EG, they aren't scared of EG's team fight at all, just because in order for VG.Storm to win a team fight, they basically have to land like a multi-hero vacuum into Earthsprit stun. And as long as Snake King didn't have that blink, and as long as Evil Geniuses as well, they could continue